Hey guys, Dale Bateman here. On today's episode of Build Your Success Online, I'm going to talk to you about MLM leads, multi-level marketing leads, and why do follow-up leads disappear? Stay tuned. So this is a question that I get quite often. Dale, why, when I've set up my funnel, my sales funnel for my network marketing program, I've offered people a chance to opt in to get a hold of a free product, maybe a report, an e-course, something like that, a subscription to my newsletter, whatever it might be. So they become a lead. Then they transition into what I call a follow-up lead. So you begin then a follow-up sequence with them, usually an email sequence, whereby you begin the process of turning that person from just a lead into an actual paying customer, someone who's going to actually buy your product. But people tend to have a disconnect at that point. They create their squeeze page, and they have their free offer set up, and they get the word out, get some traffic coming to it, and people opt in. But then at that point, it seems to drop off, and those follow-up leads, as I call them, start to disappear. Well, I want to attribute that to three common mistakes that a lot of network and MLM marketers make. And I want to go over those with you today and give you some tips on how you can get out of that rut and start turning those follow-up leads into actual paying customers who know about and want your products and services. Okay? So let's get right to it. So my first one is people make the mistake of not building a relationship up front. Okay? They tend to think that, okay, this person has opted into my list, they got my free product, that's great. Now I'm going to send them an email and I'm going to ask them to buy this product that I've set up that costs only $7.95. And they're going to just jump all over it because they loved my free offer so much. Well, remember guys that in most cases, people opt in to a free offer because it's free, right? So you have to prove to those people, those follow-up leads, that you are the person to come to. You have to start building that relationship. I get tired of repeating it all the time, but it bears repeating. People are looking for the quick buck online. I have a statement that I want to read to you, and I want you to write it down, and I want you to recite it to yourself at least 1 or 2 times every single day, okay? Now, let me just find it here. Here it is. There is no such thing as easy money or fast money in existence, either online or offline. Making money in any business requires time, patience, and most of all, hard work. Okay? Now, I've put that in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube, or it's in my blog if you're watching this on my blog. Make sure you read that, take it to heart. Maybe some of the people who started watching this video have, stopped it already. But for those of you who are left, you guys are the ones that are going to make it happen. Okay? Because you have the will, you have the right mindset to see this thing through to fruition and make it happen, make your business successful online. So that being said, building that relationship up front is very, very important with these follow-up leads. So let me give you a tip on that. You should be sending out a minimum of 10 to 12 emails after the person opts in and gets their free thing, whatever it is. And those 10 to 12 emails should have no pitching in them whatsoever, not even mentioning a product in them. Okay? All you're doing there is you're building trust, you're building that relationship, you're answering to problems that people have. We're going to get to that in just a minute with the second mistake. But you want to make sure that those first few communications you have with your follow-up leads are continuing to give them more information. It's all about over-delivering. Give people more than they expect to receive, okay? If you tell them you're going to give them a free report that's 12 pages long, give them a free report that's 15 pages long. But don't even say anything about it. They will come to realize that this person over-delivers consistently and gives me information that I can use and find valuable to use in my business. Okay? So that's the first mistake people make. They don't build that relationship up front. Make sure you do that. All right, the second mistake that people make is making a weak offer. Okay? Plain and simple, guys. Sometimes people will see these follow-up leads, will see your offer, your paid offer, and they simply won't be interested. And one of the main reasons why is because you haven't given it the hype that it deserves. Okay? It probably is a great product in your mind, but you have to convince your follow-up leads of that. You have to tell them that this is the greatest thing that they've ever seen to solve problem A or problem B. So the way you do that, here's your tip for this one. During those first 10 to 12 emails I just spoke about, you're going to be not giving away your product. You're going to be giving tiny tidbits away, telling them little hints about what this product can do for them, identifying problems that are common for people, and the ways in which your soon-to-be-released paid product can alleviate those problems for them. So the idea here is, by the time they get to the point where you're actually ready to release and offer them this paid product to purchase, they're going to be so hyped up about it and so anxious because you've given them little bits of information about it. They want to see it all then. All right? They want the total package, and they know the only way to get the total package is to pay for it. So that's your key with number 2 mistake. All right? Making a weak offer doesn't have to happen. Okay? You can make a weak offer into a strong offer simply by creating this hype and building the momentum behind your product in order to get your follow-up leads excited about it. And then, once it's release time, they are more than willing to buy because, number 1, you've built up that relationship and that trust, and then you've built up the hype and the anticipation for your product so much, really it's a no-brainer for them. They're going to purchase your product 9 times out of 10. Okay? Okay, so that's mistake number 2. Make sure you turn a potentially weak offer into a strong offer. All right, number 3, following up the wrong way. Okay? Many people tend to do this. This is somewhat related back to number 1, but it takes another angle, and this is when you can really scare off some follow-up leads from wanting to go any farther with you. And the way you do this is if you look too desperate, for lack of a better word, or you start chasing people, chasing the leads. People don't like that, okay? You offered them the free product to opt into. You gave that to them. If you've been building that relationship with them and giving them the little bits of information to get them excited about your product, then it's just going to be a natural process once launch time comes around. For any of you who will remember a pretty popular show back in the day, it was called WKRP in Cincinnati. And there was a pretty famous character on that show called Herb Tarlick. And he was the radio station's sales rep. And he's kind of become a bit of an icon in terms of representing what's known as the shady salesman. So this is exactly the person I don't want you to become with your follow-up leads. Okay? Now, if you're watching this on my blog, I've put a picture of Herb Tarlick there in case you don't know who he is. but he's pretty famous in terms of that shady salesperson sort of persona. Anyway, back to you and your follow-up leads. Don't come across as a Herb Tarlick. Don't be chasing them down, asking them to purchase your product. Let them make their decisions on their own time. In some cases, and this is the honest truth, guys, it takes people many times up to 6 months to make a decision to purchase a product. It all depends on the type of person they are and their thought process that goes into making a purchase. Many people like to take their time with it, and you should respect that. You should be there to help them and guide them, answer questions about the product if they have it, but don't pressure them. All right? People don't like to be pressured. They don't want that shady salesman coming down on them and encouraging them and really prodding them to try to get them to buy the product. Okay? Just let them make their decision in their own time. Now, a little tip for this is it's something that I do, and I find it's a great way to sort of help in that process of building relationships and not coming across too strong, is offering to allow people to join my Facebook group. It's called Frustrated Online Marketers. Pretty clever title, I think. And what I do there is I encourage people to further their online businesses. I offer them tips. I offer them, for example, all my videos I post there. All my blog posts, I post links there so people can read my blogs directly from the group. And I encourage other members to do the same thing. Sometimes I'll put up challenges to the members and challenge them to, say, do a video every day for the next 21 days, something like that, a little mini challenge to get them thinking outside their comfort zone and to get them working towards getting successful with their online business. So this is a great way for you to interact directly with your follow-up leads. They can join the Facebook group obviously for free. There's no cost involved, but you have that social interaction with them that goes sort of a step further than your regular email follow-up campaign. You should still continue with your email follow-ups for sure, but the Facebook group just gives that extra dimension, that extra bit of personalness, if that's a word, adds that to the mix so that people will, again, look to you as being the authority and look to you as being their mentor. So guys, there's your 3 mistakes that people typically make dealing with their follow-up leads. I hope that you will take this information and that it's been helpful to you, and that you will, really think about it when you're setting up your sales funnel, setting up your sales page, and setting up your email follow-up campaigns. So guys, that's all the time I've got for today, but I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Again, please subscribe to my channel. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll get all my regular video updates. Go over to my blog. There's a link below in the description. Click over to my blog at buildyoursuccessonline.com, and you can check out all my other tips and tricks and all kinds of things that are designed to help you build your success online. And don't forget about my Facebook group. It's open to you to join. Frustrated Online Marketers. Check it out on Facebook. All right, guys, I will see you soon with more great tips and tricks. Until then, my name is Dale Bateman, and I'm wishing you a fantastic day. Bye for now.